All right, welcome to Belief Identity. We're really going to get into some pretty interesting stuff now, and we're going to really learn the core elements of belief and what it's really all about. More importantly, you're going to learn a couple exercises in this next module in regards to how to implement changes, specifically some processes that you can use to overcome limiting beliefs and old patterns of negative habit patterns and past bad experiences, etc. So you're going to get that skill set in this program. Belief. Google says belief is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. Merriam-Webster's dictionary says belief is a state or habit of mind in which trust or confidence is placed in some person or thing. Another source of reference, which I like, states that belief is the state of mind in which a person thinks something to be the case, with or without there being empirical evidence to prove that something is the case with factual certainty. Certainty is a key word, and remember that as we're going to go through this course. Common denominator that jumps out at me in all of this is basically belief is an acceptance or a feeling of certainty or state of being in mind that something is what it is. This makes belief completely of our own making and unmaking if we need it to be. As humans, we can literally choose to believe anything, and that's actually quite crazy when you think about it. It's an incredible power we have, our beliefs. They have incredible power over us until we take that power with intention. The belief process is really simple. As I had mentioned, we make maps out of our worlds based on sensory experiences and the meaning and value that we associate with those experiences. You determine the meaning of the events that happened in your life. And from that point forward, everything else falls in line with whatever you believe that thing meant to you. We all perceive the outside world through our belief window, and for many, this window has many panes, and that's kind of a funny pun, and it's intended. Take a look at this window here, and you can see how some of them are smudged up. The top right one looks like it's got a little crack in it or something. Depending on which pane you're focused on visualizing and viewing your world through, it filters your perception of reality. We get these filters, or our pane views, from our unconscious, which automatically deletes information, generalizes information, and basically relates the information into a view that is familiar and, most importantly, consistent with our past experiences. The entire purpose of this is to keep us safe, and our unconscious does this continually. It wants to keep us safe and far from uncertain situations or experiences that could, in the evolutionary mind, potentially bring pain or harm. So you can understand why the brain operates in this fashion. There is so much activity coming into our mind through our sense organs, and there's no way that we could possibly pay attention to all of it. So our brain goes through this process, deleting, generalizing, and then forming what the brain has experienced to, and then says, oh, this is like this, and then that's what gets presented many of the times. Now, we get these views from repeated or past experiences, learning and knowledge, or influences from those that we trust and love, religion, parents, our tribe, etc. So the statement, my beliefs are prearranged filters organized to my perception of my world, that becomes really powerful. It's something like this. Believing something is true is like giving an order to your brain on how to represent or to build that occurring situation that you're experiencing in the moment. And that's literally what your belief does. It's literally like giving an order to your brain through the sensory responses that you're having. Then the unconscious formulates your experience of whatever it is you think you're experiencing. This takes us back to that whole NLP core element, the number one little technique we learned there about the map is not the territory. It's 100% subjective, and this is what this is illustrating. But that map potentially has many deletions in it, so it's not indicative of the real territory. When you believe something is true, you actually go into a state of being which is though it is true. Beliefs, being feelings of certainty about something, are likely to change with time, experience, and knowledge. And I suggest that they probably should change and continue to change as you continue to grow and expand. Do your beliefs bring a feeling of certainty? Well, we learned that that's one of the definitions. The only certainty identifiable in the universe is that there is none. Change is a constant at every level of observational existence. Thus, our feelings of certainty about anything are manufactured for a purpose. Understanding our beliefs relies on us getting to the core of this purpose. Belief is nothing more than an internal representation or state of being that then dictates our behavior.